Good morning, Paul. Morning, Gabby. Well, a few picketers have arrived here. I'm on the Euston Road just opposite the University College London Hospital, standing outside Euston Tower, and public sector staff who work for Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs, they've arrived here to set up a picket. They're members of the PCS union. They're joining about 600,000 teachers and other civil servants taking part in this nationwide strike today to Westminster Hall. Well, I'm joined by one of the picketers here outside Euston Tower, outside the HMRC offices. He's a tax collector. His name's Dave. He's a PCS rep here on the Euston Road with me this morning. Good morning, David. How's it going this morning?
Good morning. Not too bad. We haven't seen so many people go in, so hopefully we're well supported today.
So is that the aim today, then? You're just trying to stop people going into work here?
Well, no, the whole point of the strike action isn't to take strike action. The whole point of threat of strike action is to get the government to negotiate again. They say negotiations are ongoing, but they're being a bit disingenuous because they won't negotiate about the important points. They won't negotiate about the amount that we have to pay, they won't negotiate about extending the amount of time we have to work, and they won't negotiate about reducing the amount we get at the end. Those are the three things we want to negotiate about. Those are the three things they say they will not negotiate about. So when they say negotiations are ongoing, they're not being entirely truthful.
Do you think the public are behind you on this? Do you think you'll get cars beeping as they're going along the Euston Road partial picket line this morning?
I think we will do. I mean, you've got to bear in mind that our pensions... PCS are fighting for more than just our pensions. We're fighting for jobs and we're fighting for public services. But bear in mind that things that happen to our pensions then have a knock-on effect in the private sector. For example, Ford and BA have recently changed from the RPI to the CPI for their pensions, purely because they saw the government get away with it. That's going to affect private sector workers as well.
And David Cameron obviously insisting the proposed changes to make public sector workers work longer and contribute more to their pensions are necessary but fair. Obviously, an ageing population, we're living longer. What do you say to those messages coming from the Prime Minister?
Well, to be honest, it's piffle. Even the Treasury have said that our pensions are affordable. The Telegraph has said our pensions are affordable. They're not taking this money off us, or they don't want to take this money off us for the pensions. The money is going to pay off the deficit, a deficit we didn't cause. And meanwhile, boardroom bonuses for the people that did cause the deficit increased by 50% last year. I know it's getting to be a bit of a cliche, but why should we have to pay for their crisis?
And I'm joined by Peter, who's a PCS rep, are you, Peter?
That's correct.
And how's it been going then this morning? Much success?
Fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Well, if you could see how many people are here, it's absolutely, beyond my wildest expectations.
There was about 4 or 5 this morning, really early, and then it's swelled now to about 50, hasn't it?
Yeah, 50 or 60. It's absolutely brilliant.
So you were having a little bit of an argument with a chap who was going into work. I know he works in the private sector in this building a little bit earlier, weren't you?
Yes, that's correct.
This is the argument that some of the picketers had with that man.
We have to defend this country. We have to ensure that if people are going to live in this country, then they have to pay their taxes.
How do you think we ended up with a welfare state in the first place?
Exactly.
We used to...
Well, hang on, you're assuming that I don't want the welfare state. Of course I want a welfare state.
This is just the start. Listen, right.
No, there is not the money. We have a recession.
There was even less money.
There
was even less money after the war.
I'm in tax inspector. Trust me, the money's there.
There was even less money after the war.
I've also got Claire here from PCS. Claire, you've been quite excited about today. You're pleased with the turnout?
Yeah. Well, I'm pleased that lots of people have stayed away, and I'm very pleased to see so many people from such diverse a part of society actually supporting us today. Yeah,
because you've got Islington Pensioners Forum here, you've got UK Uncut, and the
I can
Disability
see there's a
Forum.
woman there. Yeah, there's a woman there in a wheelchair who's supporting us single mothers against welfare reform.
Do you think it's going to change anything, Claire, this?
I do, yeah. I was on the poll tax demonstration, I was on the anti-war demonstration. These are things that have changed the whole country's perception of what the government throws at us.
And we were talking before, guys, about what chants we felt were appropriate for today. And I think the person that should do the chant is Kamal Abu Eita. I Kamal over and I invite him to say whatever he wants. ثورة حتى النصر So,